Welcome to Discovering. Snow is part of life here in the UP, and when it comes down, thankfully there's someone there to clean it up. We'll take a look at what it takes to keep our roads safe and clear.
We'll start at 4 a.m. We'll be out till 8 or 10 o'clock when night shift comes out. So it can be a long, long day.
Then an ice fishing tournament that's growing fast. That's all tonight, right here on Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone. Forests thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak. Surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields. Call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill, the eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
Couple our northern latitude with the world's largest freshwater lake, and it's no wonder the Upper Peninsula is known as the snowiest place in the Midwest. On average, a couple of 100 inches fall each year, and that can nearly double in the Keweenaw. That much snow can make a lot of things tough, including driving. But thanks to the relentless dedication of a fleet of truck and grader operators, along with numerous others behind the scenes, our roads are clear and much safer. Here's a look at how that happens.
We're right now, of course, into winter operations. A lot of thought goes into this on a yearly basis to make sure we're fully ready for when winter operations comes. And of course, the Road Commission does all kinds of summer operation. We do construction, things like that. But one of our primary concerns is winter operations, because when it comes to winter operations, really, we're like a first responder. We have to be out, we have to be maintaining those roads, taking care of them. Today is a good example. There's a major storm event coming through. We'll keep a close eye on the weather, we always do. And we actually had anticipated this storm coming as early as last week. We had the crew come in, get their trucks ready. Beginning early this morning, there were people monitoring the weather. The crew, they came in today, verified everything was ready on their trucks. If they're a plow truck, they put sand, salt, ballast in the back for weight. If they're a sander, they'll run get sand, salt, or salt, depending on the conditions. And once they're loaded up, they're on the road and they're going. And they'll go many hours, whatever it takes, and then they're relieved, sometimes early by the night crew when needed. There's 24 daytime employees with trucks and graders that go out on the system when we have a major event. Sanding, salting, plowing. A lot of the trucks will have their front plows on today because they've got to clear intersections. Some days when you don't have a major event, they'll do it with an underbody scraper. The regular crew will sometimes run it as late as 8 at night, and then we'll bring on our night shift. Our night shift will generally compose of 2 employees. If there's a major storm event, occasionally we'll bring in a third to help out. Then we also have our on-call list. It's a rotating list all winter long. Someone's on call 24/7. Every time there's a storm event where we need the additional help, they will come in. We also have people that, if we have people that are sick, can't make it in for some reason, we have some backup to the backup. So we really try and cover everything. The main reason is we don't want to leave a route that's unplowed, so we always have as much backup people as we can. What the crew is doing today with the slushy conditions out there, they are going out as it snows, put material down on the roadway, probably a sand salt or a sand salt mix, let that material work a little bit, go out, take the underbody blade, get that material off, and then repeat. Go get more salt, put it down, let it work, blade it off, and it's been an ongoing process all day as the day goes on. This is our facility. It was put up in 2003, and very nice facility. We've got lifts over there that lift the entire trucks. You can see we've got trucks in here right now with the mechanics. This truck was down with a water coolant problem. Not sure, this truck just rolled in, what's going on there. Like, great facility, 3-day, 1-night shift mechanic. We're glad to have this facility.
I take care of US 2 West and M95 South. And basically then Pine Mountain area and all the other side areas, 607, Traders Mine area. So it's constantly going back and forth and scraping it down, just making sure that, especially now, everybody's getting out of work, so it's pretty congested right now. And everybody just got to slow down a little bit. We've got a lot of people that pass me because they're impatient. Everybody's in a hurry, it seems like. Yeah, we have a road temp here. It's hanging around 30 degrees, and snow is so wet and the road is so warm that it's kind of melting and glazing over. So if you don't keep scraping continuously, putting down a little material here and there, it ices over on you and starts to hard pack. So constantly going up and down, keeping the blade down the wing so that it keeps peeled off. Otherwise she'll stick on you.
There have been times where we have had to take the graders out on the system to peel some of that hard pack if it gets to be too thick. A lot of the times that would happen when you had a snow event where it was warm and then it cooled off really fast. You will get hard packed very quickly, and there are times we have had to take the graders and go on even the highway to peel that off. Basically in Dickinson County, we'll do the road system outside of the cities. Kingsford and Iron Mountain handle the MDOT trunk line in their jurisdiction. We do handle the MDOT trunk lines in the city of Norway, but Norway, Iron Mountain, Kingsford all have their own fleets and they handle the cities for the most part. And then in addition to the county road system, we also have a contract with MDOT to do the state system, and that would include roads like US 2, M69, M95, 141, US 8. We do all those on top of the county roads. And then we also actually have the contract from the Dickinson-Menominee line on M69 to the Delta-Menominee line. We handle that portion too in Menominee County.
Well, I've been at the Road Commission here now for 19 years. Been snowplowing. I've been on this route here for about 3 or 4 years. Life expectancy of a snowplow driver is, one guy retired, he had 42 years in here, and he did this route. So he was kind of the legend around here. I know I won't get 42 years, but I'll definitely be here for quite a while longer.
Right in Dickinson County, we've got the primary road system and then the local road system, and then of course the trunk line. The MDOT highway, the trunk line, is around 230 miles that we maintain summer and winter. Summer we'll do shouldering, any incidents that come up where there's maybe a problem with the road culvert replacement, grass cutting, brushing, and then we've also got 184 in a primary system, about 300 in a local system. So it's quite a few miles of roadway to cover, but we generally, the procedure is highway first, MDOT, county primary, county local. Sometimes on some of the roads way up north, or like the Norway Truck Trail, it could be 3rd or 4th day, depending on the storm, how much snow we get, who's available to plow. But we have to keep the highways, the main highways, as clear as we can on a day like today.
I have to keep the yellow line scraped down. So I put my tire and my blade on that rumble strip, and people will not move over for me. And so I'm constantly going back and forth, They crowd me, so my blade sticks out about almost 3 feet on in front of the tire, so I have to move over, and it'd be nice if they would move over for me so I wouldn't have to move over for them, but unfortunately that's the way it goes. The light is red, but I'm allowed to go through it because I'm an emergency vehicle. It's one thing a lot of people don't realize. They're not paying attention and they think the light is green. They'll follow me. It's amazing how many people just go with me, you know.
I just came off the 4-lane just north of Sawyer Lake Road. I'm gonna head in. I'll scrape my way all the way down. That works. How are things going up north? Oh, she's still going hard. I'm making another pass up the Marquette line again. Okay, I haven't heard from you in a while. I had to give you a call. Thank you for checking.
Yeah, this is basically the whole control system right here. You got your belly blade, your wing, your plow, your box, and then this here controls the sander. You got an LCD screen right here. It tells you exactly what's going on as far as how many pounds you're putting down per mile, what blades are down. Right now, I'm starting to get a little low material. I'm going to head to the salt shed now and get another load of salt. This is the state salt shed. This is all the salt that we use for the state trunk line. Then we have other salt sheds for sand and county salt. Every so often, probably every 3-4 hours, you'll have to come down and reload. It empties out pretty fast when you start putting it down. Today isn't so bad. Just doing basically junctions and intersections and curves, hills. But normally it's come down here 2 to 3 times a day on a 12-hour shift, 16-hour shift. And the truck hauls about 30 tons of salt per load. And you can get rid of that within 2-3 hours.
As far as material, it really depends if you're going to go with a sand salt mix or just a salt, depending on the temperature. Once you get to a temperature 15-20 degrees, anything below that, the salt, the chemical reaction isn't there. It does not work as well. So what we'll do then is we'll get a little bit heavier sand mix, pour that down on the road, and at least you can gain some traction. It still does work, but at a slower rate as the temperature goes down. And then a lot of the time what we'll do when it is cold like that, we'll put that material down, every now and then go back, reapply some sand salt. Then when it finally warms up, we'll go out with the truck, get a little heavier salt proportion out, and then put it down and then peel everything off. With salt, we generally order about 1,100 tons for Felch and 1,000 tons for Iron Mountain area. But should we run low, we can get more salt. The last few years, we've been able to make it with the original salt we have gotten, but there is an option if we need it. Then we mix the sand salt as well. Some of that sand salt too is also used on the gravel roads, or you get hills where you need traction, we'll use that there too.
Definitely got 4 or 5 inches.
We coordinated with MDOT, and on the highways where they're 4 and 5 lane, we now have the green lights on the trucks. Real high intensity. The claim is that the human eye can see green better than amber or orange. And we have outfitted most of the highway trucks now with the green and amber lights. They oscillate back and forth. Substantial difference, and we're happy to have that on the truck. Worked with MDOT, got special permission. That way we're allowed to drop the wing in a live lane and get that much more action plowing rather than trying to plow with just the underbody or the straight plow. That wing goes down, more action, get more done. When that wing is down with the amber and or green lights, please stay behind at least 200 feet. Remember, don't pass on the right, and it won't be that far that the truck will go to get to the end of their route. So be patient, follow behind, don't pass on the right. You really have to be careful.
A lot of times we'll work 16 hours straight and until the night shift crew comes on. So we'll start at 4 a.m. and we'll be out till 8 or 10 o'clock when night shift comes out. So it can be a long day, especially when it continuously keeps snowing like this all the time. So stop, get a break once in a while, but other than that, you pretty much keep pretty busy. Main thing is the traffic. If they slow down and move over and let us get by, we can open the roads up a lot quicker, a lot safer for them. But it's a lot of back and forth, up and down the same stretch of highway and roads. Just trying to keep it open for everybody to get home. And then everybody else, there's probably another dozen Sanders, but kind of keep everything together, you know. Everybody works together. It's the main thing. Communication. You gotta have communication. I usually set the cruise control at 30 miles an hour when I'm putting salt down to bear the road up. And if I go any faster than that, the salt it literally blows right off the road. So I keep it at 30 miles an hour. When I'm plowing, of course, I go a lot faster, but you'll get 50 to 100 cars behind you trying to get by you, and they just got to be patient. I'm there for a reason. I'm there to make the roadway a little bit safer and make sure everybody gets home.
If you like to ice fish, you get out on the ice and fish. If you want to help promote the sport, you might put on an ice fishing tournament. If you really like ice fishing and you really want to help promote the sport, you might put on a half a dozen tournaments a year. I met up with a couple of guys who did just that. You can find them on Facebook. Just look for UP fishing tournaments. I found them on the ice.
But basically it was two guys that we like ice fishing and we wanted to add another element to it, and it just grew from there. We usually had 15 to 20 people show up. Today, it's crazy. We had over 100 people come out today. Over the past 2 weeks, we had a lot of sharing on Facebook, and a lot of word of mouth people out here too. There's a lot of people that showed up that hadn't even heard of our page, and I mean that's a great thing. You know, we want people to come out. We want kids to come out. That's the main reason why we're doing it. We're not even in the tournament. We're just here running it because we like to see it. We like to see it bloom. One-day tournaments, but we do a tournament series. So like we had 6 Mile Lake a couple weeks ago. We have Hardwood Lake today, Jeans Pond in a couple weeks. Payouts at the end of each tournament. We usually pay 100% payout up to the top 3 places. We ran it last year. We did I think like 6 or 7 tournaments, and then we decided, you know, we're going to go ahead and do it again this year. We did the first tournament, and then all of a sudden, just within the past 2 weeks, it blew up on Facebook. We started getting all kinds of likes. Everybody started to comment on it, and it became a bigger thing than what we really thought it was going to. You know, just adding, like I said, adding another element to ice fishing that we really like. You know, I fish bass tournaments in the summertime, and I kind of wanted that kind of format in the wintertime too. A lot of locals. We had a few people come out from like Iron Mountain, Marquette. Had a couple people come out from Nabamway. It's open to everybody in the UP, everybody outside of the UP. We don't really care if you want to come up and fish and have some fun. You know, our prices are super cheap. You know, we do $15 for a 2-man team or $10 for a single. And like I said, it's 100% payout. You know, right now we are looking for some charities to maybe work with and see if we can raise some money for people. Also, we're looking for sponsors so we can, you know, give out some prizes or something too. I want to get the kids into it. I want to get people out and into the outdoors. That's what we're doing. That's what we want to leave behind.
We've been getting them, but
we got some nice gills and whatnot.
Some nice gills and nice perch, and just pull up a nice 32-inch pike. So hopefully we keep her going. Yeah, we're from Norway. Come up here a lot. We got a camp around here. Get up here as much as we can, and seen there was some money in the line, so we thought we'd come up and give her a try, and hopefully that 32-inch pike will pay off.
Today we're going to have over $1,100 in total payout. We're going to have a little over $800 for second, third, and $260 to biggest pike today. We do a side pit for pike, biggest toothy critter. It seems to work out well for us. You know, you can do pike or walleye if the lake has walleye in it. It just adds, like I said, another level to what we're doing out here. And the great thing about this tournament is it's not like other fishing derbies where they just punch holes for you and you pay for a hole and you sit there, and it just seems kind of boring to me. And so what we wanted to do was come out and have kind of like an open water style, like go wherever you want to go, catch whatever you want to catch, and then just bring it up at the end of the day. And we'll weigh it and see how it turns out. As far as I can tell, everybody's catching fish. Nobody's really moving around a whole lot. So we're having fun out here. We got, like I said, we've got over 100 people out here, and it's just rocking.
On Saturday, February 3rd, it's the 13th Annual Trappers Workshop in Hermansville. Trapping supplies, fur handling demos, and trapping demos for kids of all ages. Young trappers will receive free trapping supplies to get them started. The event runs from 8 to 4 Central Time and is sponsored by UP Trappers District 3. For more information, visit uptrappers.com. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next week right here on Upper Michigan's very own Discovering.